team behind the Saints Row reboot are delusional. It seems like the only people who don't know that this game sucks is them. First, we had Alex Rowland, who posted this meme here, implying that anyone who criticizes the game is a hater. But after getting a lot of backlash for it, he quickly corrected what he meant by saying he only meant for people to stop shitting on other people who are enjoying the game. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't actually seen this happen, but I've seen the exact opposite happen, and I have been a victim of it. I've seen people getting shit on for criticizing this game, and I am one of those people. But Alex Rowland was just the start, as a new contender has entered the arena to claim the crown of Volition's most delusional employee. And her name, or at least I think it is her, I really don't know. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I'm going to refer to it as a her, just in case YouTube decides to come after me. Her name is Steph, aka the DeadlySteph. Now, I do not know if she was a dev on the reboots, but I do know she manages the social media accounts for them. And like Alex, she attacks anybody who criticizes the game, even going so far as to attack fan favorite characters like Johnny Gat, by simply saying that Johnny Gat wasn't that good of a character, that Kevin is a better character than Johnny Gat ever was, that Kevin has more backstory and that's what makes him a good character. Well, that is complete and utter horseshit. I will give Steph some points here because she is right. Gat never really had a backstory, but he didn't need one. He was that great of a character that we just knew automatically what his backstory was, and that was he was a worthless gangster before the first game, and he's a worthless gangster after it. But Kevin, on the other hand, Kevin is the exact opposite. He is a horrible character. He is so poorly written, it's not even funny. It's like the writers were fucking high when they were writing him. That's what it seems like it was. Because his backstory, it's horrible. He doesn't even have a lot of backstory. Of course he has more than Johnny Gat, but his backstory was that he grew up in an orphanage. That's what it is. It's never dived into, it's never explored. It's there just to be there to create a false emotional, tug on your heartstrings that just fails completely. And if the rest of the team was so obsessed with gawking over a shirtless Kevin like the DeadlySteph was, it's no wonder this game released in the bug-filled mess it did. Before I continue any farther into this video, I just want to interject something here, because while I was researching into the DeadlySteph, this became a lot more apparent and it really annoyed me. There is something I hate in this world a lot, and that is double standards. If we had a character like Nina in this game who was wearing, say, the same getup Linda was wearing in Saints Row 1, I know for a fact the DeadlySteph would be the first person that would be shouting, that would be screaming, that would be having a meltdown about it. But hey, apparently it's okay to over-sexualize guys in video games, but it's not allowed when it comes to women. Makes perfect sense, right? With that out of the way, let's get back down to it. That wasn't all that Steph did. Oh no, it would just be too easy to let everything else go. Instead, she creates demands for the games to change to terroristic behavior. Well, Steph, I don't know if you knew this or not, but terrorism is committing acts of violence in the hopes of political change. Maybe you should crack open a dictionary sometime and educate yourself. And then she tweets out this. A lot of these people are actually out of touch with what Saints Row is actually about. The irony in this tweet is that it's the people who worked on the Saints Row reboot who are out of touch with what Saints Row is about. There's no other way to say it. Throughout the development process, they promised us that this was going to be a return to the series' roots. That was a complete and utter lie. Saints Row has always been this gangster lane story about gangsters living in a gangster world, doing gangster shit. Hell, even in Saints Row the Third, we still kind of had this. Of course, there's a lot more goofy elements in it, and it's not as good as Saints Row 2, but I liked Saints Row the Third. That is just me. But the Saints Row reboot, it's not that. It's not a good game. It is woke trash. We have a bunch of college kids who are forming a criminal empire, and let me just say this. They're forming a criminal empire, but they don't really want to do anything really that bad, or at least that's how it makes it seem, that they're gangsters with a soul. All that complete and utter bullshit. But you guys know how it is when it comes to woke shit. You can't be woke and you can't be a badass. That is the hard truth about it. Get back to my original point. They form a criminal empire just because they do not want to work. That's why. They do not want to work for the middleman no more. That's why they're becoming gangsters, and they say you should say that with air quotations. That's the whole pitch about joining the gang. Is that if you are tired of working for the middleman, come join the Saints because they'll be the new middleman for you. Why make money for someone else when you could be making money for them? Oh, but you're not really making money for them because one of the things they believe in is equal pay. Like, yeah, like it's complete woke trash. It's absolutely horrible, and all the hate it gets, it rightfully deserves. And it doesn't stop there because she also made these tweets here. So it's review bombed because people are giving it a 0 and calling it woke trash. This is what I mean when I say wokeness is like a safety net for these people. They think that the only people that don't like their games are misogynists, are haters, they're bigots, racists, you know, they're part of the anti-woke crowd to them. Those are the only people that don't like the game. That's complete and utter horse crap. I've said this a lot in this video because everything she says is complete bullshit, because that is how fucked up in the head this woman is. And the thing all these people do to kind of combat the low viewer scores, to kind of cope in their own minds, is they claim the lower viewer scores is because of review bombing. This is nothing new. We've seen Mark Ruffalo do this with She-Hulk. Plenty of other examples out there too. It's all because people are review bombing the game. It's not because it couldn't possibly be that bad that it's actually getting zeros, right? But I always laugh at this because these people like Steph, people are like in the head, never mention the clear 10 out of 10s that whatever the fuck the opposite word for review bomb is. I went over some of them in the first video I did when this game launched, going over some of the reviewers that was there, and I pointed out that some of them were clearly a lie. A lot of them were saying the game wasn't a bug-filled mess. A lot of them were saying that, or not a lot of them, one of them said that the GPS was seamless, which I clearly pointed out was false, and I showed evidence of it. They don't say nothing about the 10 out of 10s, but they say something about the 0 out of 10s. Because they're fucking hypocrites. And to show you guys just how far Volition has fallen, Steph literally got their legal team involved because an obvious troll was spitting out nonsense. Yeah, that is right. And it's obvious to everybody that this guy was a troll, but apparently got underneath Steph's skin so much that this follower with only 12 followers, which I really shouldn't be saying that because I don't have much more followers than that on Twitter, but it got underneath her skin so much that she actually got in contact with the legal team. Instead of just leaving him go on, not paying him no attention like she should have done, she decided to say, hey, you know, maybe I should engage this troll because, you know, fun things always happen when you do that stuff. With all this going on, I thought it would be a perfect time to ask Steph some of my questions, and I was hoping I would get a reply, but you know, that didn't work out. But here was the questions I asked. Why did Embracer's group stock plummet after the game came out? This is referring to a reply she made saying the game didn't do as bad as people are saying. Why haven't the sales numbers been released? Why are most reviewers on the same page that this game sucks? Why was the game released in the state it was in? And since she was such an advocate on debunking lies, I thought I would ask her what she thought about Volition's employees constantly lying and misrepresenting the Saints Row Reboot to media outlets. And of course, I never got a reply back. Okay, time for a little story time. When I was in grade 3, I learned the most important lesson of my life. My grade 3 teacher, Mr. Hubbard, amazing teacher. What he told me one day is something that has stuck with me to this day. And that is, mistakes are okay because we learn from them. If we learn from mistakes, they're not really mistakes. Which that last part could kind of be a bit arguable. But in order to grow as human beings, that's what we need to do. We need to learn from our mistakes. We need to grow from them. We need to understand what we did wrong and how we can fix that in the future. And by DSV not admitting that this game does suck, that the criticisms about this game are valid, they're not learning from their mistakes. When the majority of people say, hey, you guys' game suck, maybe it's time to be thinking, oh, fuck, maybe your game does suck. Nah, Nah, they're all haters, you know? They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what the Saints Row is actually about. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Like, man up. Admit that you made a mistake. There is nothing wrong with it. In fact, I'll come out and I'll say this. I'll be 100% transparent. If DSV came out and they went ahead and said, hey guys, look, we messed up with the Saints Row reboot. We are sorry. We promise to do better in the future. The very first expansion they released, I would buy, because my respect for them would increase 110%, and I would believe that they actually meant that. And if the expansion is good, I'd be like, awesome. They actually did learn. And if it's bad, it's obvious, oh, well, you know, they were just saying that just to get people's trust back in them, then quickly told them to fuck off, you know? All that stuff. But the way DSV employees are acting, it should tell you why this game failed. They do not know how to take any criticism. They do not know how to take any feedback. They were too busy drinking Starbucks and yelling at the minimum wage employees to actually make a good game. And if they were like Steph and they were gawking over Kevin's shirtlessness, you know, it should tell you the type of people who are working on this game, who worked on it. But hey, that's just my opinion. In case you guys didn't know, I'm Gamer Geek. Stuck around this long, why not watch this playlist up here where I talk more about the Saints Row reboot. I hope you guys have an amazing and wonderful day. Peace out.